Chapter 4, The Triple A's and the Triple C's. In the financial world of stocks and bonds, there are ratings. The AAA rating is excellence, the highest quality you can buy, and the Triple C bonds are junk bonds, almost not worth wasting your time and money. In life, we can find the same ratings. When we live a AAA life, things are good, the best they can be. The energy flows, happiness happens, abundance and health show up in greater ways. Life flows better. Here's why. When the triple A's are activated, physically, in our bodies, all the valves are open and we are operating with all cylinders firing. Our bodies are channels for our experiences, not the woo-woo channeling, as in something outside of us coming through us, but physical channels for our life experience. When we are able to clear the channel by removing blocks and obstacles and closing leaks and gaps, the energy flows better. Picture a huge garden hose with a 6-inch diameter. Sometimes the hose gets kinked to where there's a trickle of water flowing through, or sometimes the flow stops completely. Sometimes the hose gets something in it, like a pebble, a small animal, a bunch of leaves stopping the flow, or anything that works like a dam within it. Sometimes the hose gets a hole in it, perhaps a pinhole, or a long knife-type cut. Either way, the flow is hampered. It is the same with our physical bodies. We are energy bodies. Life is energy itself flowing in and through our physical body. When we are clear and clean, whole and centered, life flows fully and freely. When we get stuck, shut down, or off-centered, we shut down the flow. Like the hose. We can have obstacles show up that work like a dam, or we get a leak or a kink in our flow. Anytime this happens and the energy doesn't flow freely, symptoms show up. The triple A's are appreciation, allowing, and accepting. When we live in appreciation, allowing, and accepting what is, life flows. When the A's are not active, the C's show up. The triple C's are complaining, criticizing, and condemning. Remember, C's are the junk bonds. When we live in the C's, we get junk life. The C's themselves are obstacles, blocks, and leaks in our energy field and body temple. The C's keep us stuck in the lower half of our body with only a trickle of life force able to reach the upper body. Feel the C's right now. Feel what happens when you activate the C's. Notice that you feel heavy, uninspired, and weary. The challenge with the C's is that once they are activated, they take over. When you begin to complain, what do you get more of? Things to complain about. Triple A's and triple C's. Appreciation, allowing, accepting. Complaining, criticizing, condemning. Did you ever have a bad day where you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and things went from bad to worse all day long? Of course, we all have had those days. What do most of us do then? We complain, or we criticize, or we condemn. The C's are like a virus. Once brought into the open air, it is catching and very contagious. You could try it as an experiment, but I'd recommend trying the A's as an experiment instead. Simply put, the C's block the flow of life, and the A's bring about the flow of goodness and well-being. The golden rule. What you do to others, you do to yourself. It's a basic life principle. What goes around comes around. When you treat others with kindness, you receive kindness. When you are generous, you see and receive generosity. When you are mean and critical, that's what you receive in return. Said another way, what you believe is what you see. If you believe in lack, you see lack. If you believe in fear and corruption, that is what you will see in the world. What if you could begin to believe in love? What if you could begin to believe in you? What if you could begin to believe in good? When you give the A's, appreciation, allowing, and accepting to another, you really are giving them to yourself. When you hand out the C's, complaining, criticizing, and condemning, you also are giving those to yourself. We are only one. There is only one of us. We are humanity. Each an individualized expression, unique in our personality and traits, but one together. All of life is a mirror. What do you see? What would you like to see? Where in your life would you like to see a change? There is brilliance in the universe. There's also pain and suffering. In which would you rather hang out? Could you accept and allow every feeling you had? Could you accept and allow every thought that is flowing through your mind to flow? What if in the accepting of the pain and suffering, there comes a newfound freedom, one that is free of suffering and opens the pathways to love? Drop the resistance. Come into allowing. Enter into the mystical, magical moment of now, free from the past and the future. This moment is right here. Come on in. We are here on this planet to live life to its fullest. When we get to the end of our lives, research says, it is loving and experiencing and relationships that matter. Regrets, if there are any, are about not living life fully, not going after dreams, not telling people how much they meant to us.